Hello and welcome to my channel and my new video. In my hands I have Gshock GLX S5600, and after a review we will go through the settings tutorial. This is a new release from Casio, the G Lite watch with interesting color schemes and variations. Comes with tide and moon graph as well as moon age function. With the colors and functions, it's definitely a surfer's watch or a perfect summer watch. Among these functions also comes stopwatch, timer, alarm and world time. The quirks include flash alert, option to mute the watch, and 200-meter water resistance. Battery should run all of these for approximately 3 years. Illumination is very good. Well, here it is so you can see it. This watch has a smaller dimensions, and here it is on my 7-inch wrist. If you ask me, it's a great size for this type of watch. Maybe the bezel is a bit too big, which makes readability hard. This is the biggest downside to this watch. Keep that in mind if you decide to buy it. The color arrays Casio offers are all bright and funky, and also made out of eco-friendly biomass plastic. In general, it all looks very nice. That would be it for review part of this video. Let's move on to the tutorial or how to set this watch. Setting the watch. Before entering the setup menu, I'm going to show you which of these settings can you do without entering it. First is the option to mute the watch, and that is done by pressing the mode button and pressing and holding it. So press and hold, and the mute indicator over here is showing us that our watch is muted. To unmute it, again press and hold, and the indicator is gone and our tones are back on. Keep pressing the mode button until we get it back to the standard timekeeping mode. Another setting is the setting our time format. That is done by pressing this lower right button. It will shuffle between 12 or 24-hour time format. Let's enter the settings menu. That is done by pressing and holding the upper left button until you hear the beep. And first in a row of settings is setting our seconds value. The seconds are flashing, which means that we are in a position of setting the seconds value. You cannot set the exact value of seconds, but what you can do is reset that value simply by pressing the lower right button, and it will go to 0. Next up, press the mode button, and we move on to setting our summertime setting. Is the DST on or off? Pressing the right button shuffles between DST on or off, and in my time zone it's currently on, so I'm gonna leave it at on. Next up, press the mode button again, and now we're in a position of setting our home time UTC offset. My time zone is UTC +1, and I'm gonna change it by pressing the upper right or lower right button. Upper right button decreases and lower right button increases the value. So UTC +1. Next up, press the mode button once again, and we move on to setting our hour value. In my time zone, it's currently 23 o'clock, but you can shuffle it by pressing the upper or lower button to decrease or increase the value. So 23 is the correct time for me. Next up, press the mode button, and now we are in the position of setting our minutes value. Again, pressing the upper button decreases it, and lower right button increases the value. Next up, press the mode button, and we are now in the position of setting our year value. It's flashing 2023, but you can decrease it by pressing the upper button or increase it by pressing the lower right button. Once you find your correct year, press the mode button, and we move on to setting our month value. Number 6 corresponds to month of June, and it is correct, but you can shuffle it by pressing the upper or lower right button until you find the correct month. Once done with month value, press the mode button and flashing moves on to our day value. Pressing the upper right button decreases it, or lower right button increases the value of your day value. You can go from 1 to 31 corresponding to your current date. Once done with that, press the mode button again, and now we are in the position of setting our flash alert. Switching it on or off is done by this button, and when it says sync, it means that the flash alert is turned on, and when there are lines across the screen, it means that they are off. Once done with that setting, press the mode button once, and we are back at the beginning and setting our seconds value. To implement these settings, you will have to press the adjust button twice. So once, twice, and we are back at the standard timekeeping mode. Next up, I'm going to show you how to set your longitude value and your longitudinal interval. Why is that important? Well, because of the tide and moon phase, basically those values determine your location, and based on that location, you get your information about your tide and moon graph as well as your moon phase. So let's get started. Remember that we are in the standard timekeeping mode. Once there, press and hold the adjust button until you hear the beep and the seconds begin to flash. Now again press the adjust button just once, and we see that the longitude value, and that is first in a row of setting, that is the longitude value, and E stands that we are in the position of setting our east longitude value. To shuffle it or change it, press the upper or lower right button. It is factory set to Tokyo time zone or the city of Tokyo. Once you set your value to your city, press the mode button, and now the E is flashing over here. Press the lower right button to shuffle it to W. Now press the mode button, and now we are in position of setting our longitudinal interval and the hour value. To decrease it, press the upper right button, or to increase it, press the lower right button. Now, once done with that, press the mode button, and flashing moves on to minutes value. Now we are setting the longitudinal interval in minutes. Press the upper right button to decrease it, or lower right button to increase it. Once done with that, press the mode button, and flashing moves on to the longitude value, but now we are setting the W, which we have turned to W from E. Again, press the upper button to decrease it, or a lower button to increase your value until you find the corresponding or correct east and west longitude value. Presumably, you have set your east and west longitude and your longitudinal interval in hours and minutes. To implement it, simply press the upper left button, and the watch goes back to the standard timekeeping mode, and we have now just ran through the settings of the watch. That was another video on my channel. This time it was a review and tutorial video on Gshock GLX S5600. Thank you very much for watching, and if you are into watch related content, please subscribe. So thank you.